As we began design on Globe Life Field years ago and started discussing events beyond Texas Rangers baseball, we envisioned many things: dirt events, private galas, high school and college football, and many others. Before all of that, though, we started dreaming about hosting some of the best college baseball games in the world. With that, a year ago, we announced the Big 12 baseball tournament. And today, I'm thrilled that we're here to announce that we're going to be hosting the premier preseason college baseball tournament at Globe Life Field beginning this February the 19th. The State Farm College Baseball Showdown will be a 3-day tournament featuring Texas Tech University, Texas Christian University, and the University of Texas versus Mississippi State, the University of Arkansas, and the University of Mississippi. For the tournament, we'll have a capacity of 14 to 15,000 fans. We'll be observing similar protocols to what we'd used for the World Series, the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo, and it's also similar to what we used for high school and college baseball games over at Globe Life Park this past year. A few highlights will include all tickets will be sold online and will be general admission. We'll observe a no-bag policy. We'll have increased hand sanitizer and hand washing stations throughout the venue. We'll also require masks be worn, and we'll ask fans to social distance whenever possible. All of these measures will continue to contribute to our successful ability to host events here at Globe Life Field. All tickets are available starting at 1 p.m. today at texasrangers.com/college baseball showdown. Again, that's texasrangers.com/college baseball showdown. We'll be selling tickets as daily passes, and we'll also offer discounted rates for weekend and for the full tournament.
Just really excited about getting, start the season in such a special venue. I know that our players are extremely excited about it. Competition second to none. Texas Tech, Texas, and TCU, obviously against the SEC. I think it's going to be something that's going to be heavily scouted, heavily watched. I think just to start the season off with this type of tournament, after losing last year's season, I think it's going to be amazing for our sport. And we're looking forward to seeing everybody down there. Thank you.
I believe all of you guys have multiple kids from Texas. Just can you talk about Texas baseball and how important it is to recruit here? And do you think this will kind of give you guys a little bit, even more of a footprint here in the state?
But I've got at least 3 starters in the field from the state of Texas, 5 of our better pitchers on our roster that'll make the trip, and another position player or 2 that are battling to get in there from the state of Texas. So, we have a small population in our state. We have to go out and about. Texas is obviously probably our number 1 state besides the in-state kid, to be honest with you.
Dave, you've been a part of a lot of these type, weekend events, high-profile ones through the years, but typically you do it after you've got a weekend or 2 weekends under your belt. What will it be like starting the season with this type of competition?
Yeah, this is a lot different feeling for us. This is my 19th year here. I think we've started on the road maybe 1 time. Usually you try to, maybe play 3 games at home, maybe get a midweek game before you head out to an event like this, especially when you're, a little more north than some of the schools. But when I got the call from Jim about this, to me it was a no-brainer. Just really for the student athletes. I know that I would be disappointed if my head coach turned this down because it was opening weekend if I found out about it. So I don't know if we're going to quite be ready or where we want to be, but the experience will definitely tell us what we need to work on. And we'll answer a lot of questions, you hope. But it's a little different going on the road and then playing this type of competition on the road where, it's such a conference feel, a big conference game, weekend feel. So, but it does keep these kids motivated now. They get to see a lot of friends and parents, a lot of these kids that are from the South. And, I'm sure there'll be a lot of athletes that are in high school right now that, would love to play for one of these 6 universities down the road that'll be there watching and figuring out what color they like best. So it'll be interesting. It'll be fun.
And then whether it be in the postseason or something you schedule in the regular season, you've seen TCU, Texas, and Tech quite a bit the last few years. Can you kind of speak to the familiarity that you have with those programs?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've played Texas Tech a couple times in Omaha, 2 different years, and one game up here a few years back, and obviously TCU came to our regional, and probably the best left-handed pitcher we saw that year, and Texas, we played them a couple games here, a couple times in Omaha, a couple times in Austin over the last 3 years, and just we know them pretty well. They know us, and the games are always really well played for the most part. The competition's incredible. So, like I said, it's a real SEC weekend feel for us, and it should be very entertaining.
Obviously, the goal is to get to Omaha. You're starting in Arlington, but to get to Omaha today, the NCAA announced that starting in 2022 that the College World Series will start on a Friday, and the championship series will start that next Saturday. I wanted to get comments from all of you about losing one day there potentially in Omaha, and then the fact that both weekends will be covered with baseball.
Basically what it does, and all the coaches know this, that if you won a couple of games, instead of getting 2 days off, you're probably going to get one, or maybe even 3 days off, you get two. It can be a long couple of weeks up there. It's a great experience, but I think it's probably a good thing. It's going to really challenge your pitching staffs a little more, especially as far as the starters. I've been up there one year when, like one of the teams, I'll mention it, I think they used 2 starters the whole time. They won the national championship, and it was amazing. They not hard throwers; they could flat out pitch. A couple of older kids, but I think it's going to be good.